Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Quita from At Home with Quita. So glad that you stopped by today to catch another video. So today I'm going to be doing another video in the series on my channel, how to use inserts from Fancy Plans, which is my shop. Today is all about recipe keeping. I'm super excited about this one because you guys know how I feel about recipe keeping. So I'm going to show you how to use our recipe inserts. But first, if you're new here, I hope you'll stick around and consider subscribing. I also hope that you'll give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy it. So let's jump into this video. If you want to see how to use the recipe inserts, make sure to stay tuned. Alright you guys, so I set up a dedicated recipe keeper using my inserts, which are half letter, by the way. This is what I'm using. I do have them available in classic size and A5 size and maybe even personal size, but I am working on other sizes as well. But I happen to prefer half letter. So this is my menu and recipe, well, not menu, but this is my recipe organizer. So this is where I keep all of my recipes. You guys know that I have a classic size recipe keeper that is like stuffed to the brim. That is what I was going to give Addison so that when she starts a family of her own, she's only 6, so we've got some time, then I was going to pass that down to her. But now I'm pulling recipes from there and adding them here, only the ones we really enjoy, and I wanted it to look sleek and sophisticated and uniform, and so that's why I have set up this beautiful Notique cover. These are discs from my shop, which are metal discs. I do have some new gold metal discs coming in soon. Right now they are out of stock, but I do have rose gold, and then I also have some clear discs. I have gray discs, not silver, gray, and they're super gorgeous, and also black, all metal discs except for the clear discs are plastic. So I've chosen gold because it matches with the Notique emblem down here. This is like a croc skin. It's just so gorgeous, and I'll leave link below to this as well, along with the coupon code, just in case you're interested. So this is my recipe organizer. I have some recipes pinned up here to the top that I need to plan for, but today we're going to be planning for this super yummy recipe, which is a jalapeno chicken, I believe. I'm going to pull up all of the details so you can see, and I'm going to plan a whole entire recipe page out for you and show them how to use them. So first and foremost, let me flip to them so you can see exactly how they look. This is a recipe that I planned for recently, which I adore, and then sometimes what I'll do is just pop in the photo at the bottom until I really get ready to plan for it, and then I'll come in and write it on the go. And so that's what you see here. These are just blank recipe cards that I need to plan for. So let me show you a completely blank one so you can see what we're starting with. I'm going to pull that out and we're going to go for it. And normally when I print out my photos, I use my Canon selfie printer, which looks like this. I'm not going to be using this today because we already have the photo that we're going to be using right here, so I don't need to print it out. But this thing is super awesome. I do have a link in my description if you're interested. It's been going strong with me, and I don't see myself changing for this just because I've already paid for it, I already have it, and it's compact and small, easy to use, and so that's what I typically use to print out my photos, and I print it all from my phone. Okay, so we're ready to plan this thing out, y'all, and make it look cute and decorative. So we're going to write in a whole entire recipe, and I'm just going to kind of walk you through the process and show you how to use these recipe cards. Okay, first we're going to need to pull the recipe up, and I do have a full list of recipes. I believe this may be a keto recipe in my board on Pinterest, so you're more than welcome to join me over on Pinterest if you want to see all of the recipes that I have pinned. But I'm going to go ahead and pull this one up. Okay, I found it on Pinterest. I hope that you can see that. You probably can't see that, but I want you to see how yummy it looks. But it is called a salsa fresca chicken. So I know I said a jalapeno chicken. I was way off. Well, not way off because it is chicken. So this is how it looks. Doesn't that look like super yummy? So again, I do have this on my Pinterest if you're interested and you just want to be digital, because I do have a lot of digital recipes as well, but I just for some reason prefer them on paper, especially since I'm going to be handing this down to Miss Addison. So this is the recipe that I'm planning for. So I would come here, take a snapshot of the photo, and that's how I would come up with this photo here for my recipe card, if you're wondering. And I use the Project Life app to export them and print them on my Canon selfie printer. So I'm just going to go to that website so that way I have the recipe handy and nearby. So let's get this show on the road, right? So first thing I'm going to do is cut this picture because it is too large for this space, because I like to put it down here in the notes section. So let me just give you a quick tour of the inserts as well. Okay, so this is how the top part looks. You've got an ingredients section, a preparation section, recipe name, how many it serves, difficulty, rating, prep time, cook time, temperature. You can also categorize the recipe, and then you have this notes section here that you can write some notes in. But I like to put a photo here, and typically when I print the photo out, I'll make it the right size. As you can see here, these recipes have the correct size photo, but for some reason, and I don't know why, but I printed this in a different size. So we're just going to try to do something decorative with it to make it look cute. So let me grab my scissors. See, for me, decorating a recipe card is a decorative process for me as well as a functional process. So I like to make it look cute also. So I'm going to grab some washi and I'm going to figure out how I want to position this. But I was thinking of making it flap up some sort of way. So just adding a little bit of washi. Uh-oh, did I put it the right way? Nope. Okay, and I thought maybe I would just add it here. So it can flap up, right? Makes sense, right? And I'm going to do the same thing for this one, except we're going to do it on the bottom. Alright, so you see what I mean? So it kind of flaps up and flaps down and all that good stuff, so I can just have both pictures in here if I want. Yeah, so you know me. I just like to just add a little creativity to it. And I'm even thinking, what if I take this off and do a side flap as opposed to that bottom flap? That could even be more creative, right? Yeah, what if I did something like that? And then you can still have space on the inside to write your note if you want it. This is like a really therapeutic process for me, just in case you didn't know. I love menu and recipe keeping. And so I take my time with it, you know, because it's just my favorite part of planning. But you totally could just write in the recipe and keep it moving if you want. So as you can see, it just gives it a little bit of a decorative look. And I'm all about it. Okay, so you've got your photo there at the bottom. And so now you're ready to write in that recipe. And of course, we've got it nearby. And I also have pulled some stickers. I have my pin in here with my pin loop. These are available in my shop as well. I adore these pin loops. I get them in bulk and I really enjoy them. And I kind of go through them like water. I just use them all over the place. Okay, so some stickers that I have. I'm sorry also if y'all just heard that sound. That was my fan going. It gets a little hot in this room, so I keep my fan on. So I just turned it off. So these are the books that I pulled that I'm going to be working with. We've got the food, we've got the older food, and then we've got the recipe and then colorful boxes. So we'll see how we want to incorporate all of this stuff. So let's see how long the recipe is first and foremost and write in all the stats on the right-hand side. These are double-sided, just in case you were wondering. So you've got another side to write in another awesome recipe. So let's first find out what the stats are. Okay, here we go. So let's write the recipe name. Salsa fresca chicken. Okay, it says it serves 8. We'll just circle that 8, check off that 8, do whatever you want to that 8 to let it be known, underline it, just so you know. The difficulty level, I made this before and I want to say maybe a 2. It's not hard at all. The rating is a 5, so you could shade this in if you want. You could check it off if you want, which is what I'm gonna do. It really is a 5, it's so good. And the prep time, it says 15 minutes. And the cook time is 35 minutes. Okay. The temperature, I'm gonna have to scroll down, 375. And actually, y'all, I wrote this in the wrong spot. So this 15 minutes is supposed to go above, 35 minutes is supposed to go here. So that way you have a place to put the temperature. So that was completely my fault. So I'm just gonna write the temperature underneath. Okay, perfect. No harm, no foul. It is keto friendly. So I'm just going to check off keto. You can check off all that pertains to this recipe. I love the category because it really allows you to see if you're looking for a specific recipe, you can look it up by subject. Okay, so now that we have that written in, we're going to go ahead and write in the ingredients. And let's see if we want to add some stickers before we really get this thing going. Because once you kind of start writing it in, sometimes it's hard to put in the ingredients after the fact. So this immediately popped out to me that says, love this. This may look good right here. Cute. Okay. And you also can look at the ingredients and see if there is something in here that you can add to this to kind of coordinate with that. Like if it said it needed avocados, you know, this is probably going to have an avocado in it, the sticker book. So you could put that there. You've got options. I like to do that. This says buy, which is what you're going to do with the ingredients. I also like to see how many ingredients there are so I can gauge my spacing correctly. If there's a lot, you know, you want to write smaller. If there's a little like this recipe, then you've got a lot more room to work with, which is what I like. I still put it crooked, or is the sticker crooked? Now, what's wrong with me? I'm like a super stickler for uniformity. Okay, maybe I'll do it sideways. Yeah, symmetry is what I meant. I like things to be symmetrical. And I'll like keep pulling up a sticker over and over again until I can get it right. Okay, let's see what else I can pull out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and just decorate this really quickly. Then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna start writing some stuff in. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and write in the ingredients. Sometimes it annoys me that I can't get the bullet points symmetrical. I mean, I could have lined it up like this, but I didn't feel like doing that, y'all. So let me go ahead and write in everything we're gonna need. I'm gonna need some chicken breast, cumin, salt, black pepper, garlic powder, pico, Monterey Jack, and cilantro. Super easy recipe. Okay, so now that we have the ingredients filled in, we can go ahead and fill in the preparation and how to make this recipe. You can add more stickers if you want. At this point, I think I'm good on these stickers, but I might add some floral elements once I get done with everything. So I'm kind of going to be mindful of that, and so I make sure that I have enough space to fill that in with some floral elements if I decide to. So this, again, is a super easy recipe. It says to preheat the oven to 375, lay the chicken flat, sprinkle with the cumin, garlic, salt, and pepper, cover the chicken with the pico and top with the cheese, and then bake for 30 to 45 minutes. Super easy, y'all. Okay, I do want some numbers though, or maybe I'll do some arrows. This is the journaling sticker book. Yep, arrows always make it fun. Okay. Remember to just be mindful if it's a super long recipe, you'll want to make sure you write smaller, or make sure the spacing is correct, so that way you have enough room to write everything in. All right, that's the recipe, y'all. So now I'm going to pop some florals in. I saved a little space at the bottom because it's such a short recipe, which I love, by the way. Sometimes I don't always want to figure out how to compact a recipe into this size page. Now the classic size, of course, works a little bit better when you have those longer recipes, but with these pages, because of the size, sometimes for me, I don't always want to have to try to condense it, because that also involves, for me, is like shortening some of the wording phrases, because sometimes I feel like a recipe can be wordy. All right, so I went ahead and grabbed the journaling doodles, and I'm just gonna grab some doodles and add them to the spread just to make it look cuter, and we will be done. Sometimes I cut things to get the right look, because I wanted these florals right here, but I don't need this vase at the bottom. But I can save it for something else, and that I will do, so I'll just pop it right back there. And I thought what I was gonna do, and I'm gonna see how this works out, is that I was gonna pop a little heart sticker down here to keep this closed. Right? That looks good. And then when I wanna open it, eventually over time it'll get easier. Then I can do like that. I think that's really cute. So that's what we're gonna do. So that's it, y'all. That is the recipe card in a nutshell. You see how simple and easy that was? I was thinking maybe one more thing, y'all, because I don't like this negative space here on the side. So let me see if I can find something that I can pop into this box, just so when it's closed, you know, I'll get that look that I want to achieve. In case y'all didn't know, I'm an eyeballer. I eyeball stuff. And most of the time I'm pretty accurate, but sometimes I'm not. So that way I was thinking I can get a little bit of peekaboo of that sticking out of the side. So that's it, y'all. That is the spread. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I really did. Y'all know I did, because I just love meal and recipe keeping, and so this is like right up my alley. So if you're like me, you will enjoy this process as well. And so hopefully that gave you a little bit of insight. If you were wondering how to use these, it's super easy to use them. All you're gonna do is write the stats in on the right hand side based on the recipe, pop in a photo here if you choose to, or you can just write a note about the recipe. You can write in, you know, how your family enjoyed it, something like that. Any note that you feel would fit, you could totally write in here, but I find that it's best to just pop in a photo for just to give you an idea of how the recipe should look when you get done cooking it. And then right here on the left, you're gonna write the ingredients, and then you're gonna write the preparation, all the steps that you're gonna take to prepare this recipe. So that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. You got a little inspiration out of it. I really enjoyed this. This is just like, I was just sitting here going to town, y'all. So this is my jam. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by my channel today. Hopefully you'll consider subscribing if you're new here, and you will give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it, which means you enjoyed it, so you're gonna come back and you're gonna catch another video, in which case I'll see you guys then.